What's going on, YouTube? I'm a little sick. I'm back with another video though, right in time for New Year's. And I kind of wanted to give a shout out, to people going through things right now. And I kind of wanted to talk and go deep into it. This video might be a little longer, but I think the message is going to resonate because, I got a lot to say and I got a lot to get off my chest. I had a conversation with, this is going to all lead into the bigger points, I had a conversation with one of my homies, and he was like, he had a falling out with his dad or whatever. And, his dad was like, oh, he texted everybody but him. And I'm just like, man. And then my mom, so growing up, my mom didn't talk to, I come from, everybody has that family where, their family is just not doing nothing. And, my mom wanted to do something with her life. And, and I thank her for that because, by her putting, my mom went through her own, stuff, and she still hasn't healed. And like I said, she got the shot because she didn't heal fully. And, that's something that we're going to have to deal with, coming down again, next life, which is something I've accepted, which is, coming into the title of the video of just like, title of the video is, we're not speaking no more. If you're not like, listen, we're not repeating the same message anymore. I feel like I've been making the same videos for years and years and years. And don't get me wrong, I say this now. I'm going to do it again. But I really wanted to hit this nail on the head with this video because a lot of people, I tell my friend this too. A lot of people see that you have this spirit. You have this spirit. You could go through a lot in your life and your spirit's still there. You still have this certain aura and energy about you, and people will not like you because of it. And what happens is you might get fucked up and think there's something wrong with you, and then you believe them, and then that's how they win. That's how you end up getting the shot, right? Like my mom, right? She was, yeah, it's true. You're better than people in that certain regard, and not in the sense of like, oh, I'm better than you. But no, I'm talking about, we got to accept the facts that you can be spiritually better than somebody. You know what I mean? Like, not saying like, I mean in a certain regard of, hey man, I'm not falling victim. There's a reason there's leaders and followers. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Not everybody's going to be a leader. The leader tries their best to remain humble. The followers got to keep the leader to remain humble. But I say that because, my friend's at a crossroads too, where he could fall victim and be like, you know what, I need to get in my bag and then, and go on a revenge and try to be petty. And it's like, no, you stay where you're at. You know what I'm saying? My mom fell victim in a sense because, my family, my family, the fact that I really salute my mom because like the fact that she made it out, you know what I mean? Like my mom came from, grandma always in jail. My cousins, abusing the system. Me and my sister and my mom are the only people who graduated from college on my mom's side. And on my dad's side, me and my sister are the only people that, like kids that graduated from college. So I don't come from much, you know what I'm saying? I don't come from much. And, and striving for things. And what happens is people just won't like you off of the simple fact that you trying to do more in this life. Look, I went through a traumatic childhood, and get this, I'm still here and I'm still doing me, and people are still, and they'll still be mad at you. Why are you the way you are? I had a conversation with my friend the other day. He's at work and he's like, yo, these people just be trying to make digs at me. Yeah, they don't like you just because off the strength of who you are and the spirit you have. It's a fact. You want to, because listen, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go through your life denying the fact that shit's real. Oh, I don't really have a spirit. You don't want to, because you know why? And this is what I'm trying to talk about in the video. By you not accepting the fact that you have a spirit and soul and that you are, in a sense, on a higher realm of existence and belief, you then deny authority and power over your life. Because then by you denying that, you go, oh, I don't have to do anything, because I don't have any real control over my life. But the minute you accept that, no, I am this being and I need to step into that light and I need to step into that role, now you take responsibility for everything. And a lot of people don't want to take responsibility for anything because, like I said, we're just at a point now where the crossroads are getting even harder, and this 2024 is about to be rough, man. I said at the beginning of 2023 was going to be hard as shit. And it was. And it was hard. For me, I had a lot of wins. I had a lot of wins in 2023. But you know what? All the wins, and this is the thing. This is the thing about wins. Each win makes you realize more. You know what I'm saying? Each win, each loss helps you realize more, right? But it's depending on how you react to each win, each loss. And what I'm saying is, going into 2024, knowing what we know and knowing what information we have, we can't step backwards now. We can't stop moving forward because of everybody else around us. And that's what we're going to see, that at an all-time high. We're going to see people really heavily falling off. I think it's going to crumble in a sense of, not in no fear. I'm not talking about, see, when I say this, y'all got to remember, I'm not one of those people that buys into like the world ending type thing. I'm talking about spiritually, the world's going to be ending in a sense where like there is no spirit no more, right? And when there's no spirit, that's what leads people into taking the shot, because there's nothing to believe in. Like if we were in nature 24/7, right? Like if we were in nature and we're living off the land, we're attached to something. We're working the land. We're working and we're out in nature, and it's giving back to us. We're attached. We have something that is working off of us and vice versa. But right now we have nothing working off of us. You know, what's hollow is you're giving your time to go work to get a check, but the problem is there's no value in your own work. So if you don't feel any value in your own work, you're going to be like, well, what am I doing this for? There is no what would you say, like strength there? Strength is not the right word to use. Connection there. There's no connection there. So it doesn't matter what you do, right? Which is why I've been telling people, you know, we need to lean into things that can bring us joy, some attachments that can bring us joy, and something you can look forward to, because relationships isn't the only thing. Like I'm in a relationship, and that's not going to bring you joy every day. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're just two people. You know what I mean? And I'm saying all this because the bigger point is, by you avoiding responsibility for your actions and your spirit and things like that, you're putting it all on your subconscious, right? And what happens is, you know, I'm trying to think, Naruto, I always mention the scene in Naruto, but Naruto, doesn't matter if you haven't seen the anime or not, but you know of it. Naruto, he realizes that he's not able to use his power fully, right? Same thing with us. We're not able to use our power fully if our spirit's kind of separate from one of another, right? So he goes and they tell him, you got to stare into the mirror which is what you can do right now. I've done it myself, until you see your reflection, and you got to like heal that side of you, you know, right? And basically, you know, his shadow self, you know, comes out and is basically like, I can't stand you. I hate you. I'm the real Naruto. You abandoned me, and blah, 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 blah. And what that's to signify is right now, by you, like my mom, my friends, even me at times, went by putting everything on your subconscious and saying, oh, I'll get to it later, or I will, it's basically self-abuse, right? By you smoking and drinking and daydreaming all day long, it puts a backlog on your subconscious, right? And what happens is when your subconscious gets so overwhelmed, that's when you have those crazy nightmarish dreams, because your subconscious is like, yo, I can't do this alone. You gotta help me, right? You know, and so what happens is, and that's why it's so funny. I saw a tweet the other day. It was like, it was like, I stopped smoking weed for, you know, a hot second, and I had the craziest vivid dreams. Yeah, because your subconscious is like, yo, you're avoiding all your responsibilities and you're putting them on me, and I can't do them myself. Because don't get me wrong, you're supposed to have your subconscious. You're supposed to work in tandem. You know what I mean? It's just like in Naruto, you know, Kurama subconsciously knows what Naruto needs to do, and but Naruto still has to physically do the action. You know what I mean? Kurama's like, I'll give you the spirit, I'll give you the energy, but physically you have to do it. And that's where we're at right now. I think a lot of people are not willing to tap in, and like I said, it's just self-abuse. It's self-harm. It's a lack of self-harm we don't even talk about. And I wanted to talk about, you know, that lack of spirit. You know, we don't have any connection to anything, which leads into the vanity, the narcissism. By having no spirit, the only thing you can have is, you know, yourself. And you look in the mirror, oh, I got to make myself look the best. Oh, I got to have the most money. But then at the same time, deep down, you know it's hollow. And then when you know it's hollow, you have no spirit. That's why they just keep repumping the same non-stop, uncreative music and movies now, because we don't have no attachment to nothing. It's just a loop. They know there's nothing. But the thing is, it's now we're in a society who's strictly profiting off of vanity. It all is vanity at this point. Take a breather for a second. I feel like I've just been talking, 10 minutes straight? Just been yapping at you, barking at you. Yeah, I mentioned those first two stories because I want people to realize, like, you're always at a point in your life where you can be victim to. Listen, I'm the living proof, man. I'm the living proof, and I'm at that point where I don't know if I want to. If it's not understood already, you know what I mean? What do they say? What's understood does not have to be said. I'm at that point. We don't need to talk about this stuff all the time, man. We gotta have to move on to some different topics. Like, man, I gotta get y'all to believe in yourselves, because ain't nobody else and nobody's coming to save you. You gotta step up for yourself, or you're gonna fall victim. You're gonna fall victim to the depression, the anxiety. Then the depression, anxiety is going to take over. And then there's vanity and narcissism for you. There's the vanity and narcissism waiting, lurking you, waiting to just get you, waiting to snatch you up. And then that's where we get to our parents' generation, because they had to hide that anxiety and depression so much, because there was no place to go and talk about that they had to bounce down. And then it was like, well, if I just get the money, that'll cover the pains. And I feel like we're at that breaking point. And that's why I said, I'm not thinking the world's ending. I don't think the world's ending. I think spiritually it's about to break down. Connections are about to break down. You're about to lose. Like, I think it's just going to be so hard to avoid. I had a conversation with my mom yesterday, right? And she's still not in that place. She thinks she's in that place. Oh, I'm working on myself. But you're not, and you're working on, and this is ways people work on themselves. They work on themselves in ways where, but I've been thinking about how to improve myself. But if it all links back to the vanity and narcissism, that's how you think you're healing. Like, for example, growing up, I didn't talk to my family for I think 12 years, right? 12 to 15 years, right? Because my mom was like, man, they all bums. Like, you going to be around them. You're going to be selling drugs, and you're going to be out in the streets. And don't get me wrong, in the beginning, before my sister died, so when my sister died, my mom kind of, in a sense, gave me up. And I kind of was running around. I was in Northtown all the time. My cousins, went to jail. I got a bunch of cousins in jail, selling drugs and shit like that. So she was like, you don't need to be near all them. And then now she's going back all crazy, and she's like, I don't know, what? And I go, because you knew it from the beginning. You going back around now for vanity's sake. Oh, look, I'm healed, and I'm going to see my family again. But get this, it's a 2-part transaction. Everybody's got to do the healing. Everybody's got to be willing to step up and do the healing. And then you realize they didn't change. They're the same people. That's what I told her. But you should still talk to who? At this point, man, I'm being so free. I don't care if this sounds selfish. If you're not serving me and I'm not serving you, then what are we doing? Every transaction should be, and I'm saying transaction because everything's a transaction. Just even a simple phone call saying hello. Like, if that phone call ends in a negative energy exchange, then what did we just do? You know what I mean? What are we doing? I want every exchange. No, I'm not saying they have to be positive, but I'm saying every exchange has to serve a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going to be in your presence, I better gain something from that. What am I gaining from being in your presence? And that's just a reality. Like, that's not even some harsh facts or selfish or anything. No, that's just a reality. We need to be. Why? See, the question is, you're probably thinking that's harsh, but the reality is, why wouldn't you want to be around somebody that you benefit from all the time? You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, emotionally, or mentally. I would love to be yo, I'm about to come over and be chilling. And when I leave, I feel energized and recharged, and we both feel good. We're man, that was a good hangout session, man. I feel good. I feel better. I feel mentally clear. Wouldn't you want that? But we're in a society and a belief where you feel like everything has to be indebted. Everything has to be owed. Everything has to be almost like a taking a charge from somebody. It goes straight in with the business deals. Like somebody, a good business deal is when somebody gets fucked over, in a sense. It's that same mentality is trickled down into everything. Somebody's got to be getting fucked over at all the time. Somebody's got to be winning over on somebody. Yeah, I said all that family. I just went on like someone with the Dave Chappelle. I went on the Dave Chappelle, who you think I'm crazy? I'm going to put my feet up on Eddie's couch? Yeah, put my feet up on Eddie's couch. I said all that. Yeah, I just feel like I say all that because I'm like, it's family, it's holiday time, it's trauma time. And people, for the sake of wanting to keep people around, you know what I mean? For the sake of wanting to keep people around, you'll align with a certain personality. And don't get me wrong, I do it too. I mean, I don't really do it as much anymore. I don't really go around my fam or talk to anybody because, at this point, like I said, they all got the shot. So like, it's like they're full AI at this point. Like, it's like when I'm talking to them, there's just like this level of penetration that doesn't reach. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, when I say that, they're probably thinking I'm crazy or whatever, or harsh, but it's really true. Like, I'm even talking to my mom and I'm trying to tell her something. It's just like, it just falls here. And it's like, it doesn't reach the frontal lobe and digest it. It's just like, there's already a pre-scripted response to whatever I'm going to say. So it's like, why would I go around somebody where I have to align to the personality to get through the situation? You know what I mean? And align into the personality. The only time I align to a personality is when I got to go to work, because I have to align to the personality to get through the day to get paid. Right? Same with you. You align to the person. And then it's funny because whenever you don't align to your personality, that's when everybody at work is like, yo, what's good with you? You're not the same you're all right? You're not your usual self. Because I'm not aligning with the personality. Today I don't got it in me to align with that, because when you align with the personality, it also takes from you as well, right? It's a double-edged sword. We live in a dual existence, right? If me aligning to the personality, well, I'm taking energy. I don't even know. I would say not I'm taking energy. I would say I'm borrowing, self, I guess you could say, energy from another day or something like that. I don't even know. You know what I mean? Because, the true you is like, the true spirit is like the Joker or the trickster in native, the true you is like, the trickster in like native mythology is basically just like, personality doesn't have like, no, I'm saying like our personalities, we have, we align, we give it traits and things like that, right? That have developed through, birth, right? Like, and how you grow up and trauma and experiences, that's your personality. But what I'm saying is the true you is neutral. Like when you're just chilling and it's just you and you're just decompressing, you're very neutral. You're just chilling. That's when the real you and you get to have thoughts and things like that come forward. And that's when, and if you can be the true you neutral, when you're around people, that's how you can feel safe. But when you have to put on that mask. That's why the trickster is always associated with the mask. I don't know if you guys ever know about, if you guys ever done any, mythology or anything like that, but the trickster is like, it's supposed to symbolize, and it's supposed to be neutral. It's not good or evil, but it may do something evil, but it's not really evil. It's neutral. It's just how it's, life is. It's dual existence. But I say that because we have to put on this personality to even get paid and live in this existence. That's what we got to do. But that's not you. You shouldn't align with that. But what happens is, I'm going back to my first point. When you align with that personality, right? When you align with that, that's when you get all sorts of fucked up, because now you're aligning with the mask, which is what The Mask was about. Jim Carrey's movie, The Mask, is what it's about. You are aligning with that, with the benefits that come with the personality, what helps you, instead of the neutral you, which is the version of you that, your family doesn't really even get to know. And they'll be like, oh, what? You actually are like that? Yeah. You know what I mean? We got to take that mask off in 2024. No more mask wearing. I don't know if I can do it. I'm going to sound like a hypocrite. I don't know if I can do it for, going to school, being a teacher, because I do got to be that hope. And I'm naturally hopeful and everything, but I got to do that extra sauce on it for the kids. I got 10th graders, so, I got to be their pride and joy and give them that, because where I'm coming from, they're, all very poor, and not many of them have fathers. I mean, this is white, black, Hispanic. They don't got dads. So I gotta be that. I'm damn near a dad at school. You know what I mean? I'm just a dad, and I'm like, yo, I'm in my dad era. I'm literally going to school, taking care of kids, man. This is crazy. But I say all that because I don't want anybody to fall off and go back. We can't afford that in 2024, man. We can't afford that. Don't give up. Don't give up in yourself. Stop self-abusing. Stop self-harming. Because when the more you align with the personality, that creates that separation between you and your spirit. And then when you and your spirit something's got to come in. This is what I always say, that something's got to come in and fill that void. Something's got to come in and fill that void when you don't want to align with your spirit. And what comes and fills the void? Man, I'll come take a drink at the party. Hey, I'll go and do X thing, and then look, that fills the void, and then that brings in the more thoughts and negative energies and things like that. Man, we got to be pure going in. We got to go being pure. Ain't no saving everybody, man. It's just a sad reality. I'm at that point. I mean, what am I gonna do? I got it hard, man. I got it really hard. But I'm still trying to come on YouTube, and I'm trying to come on and be an inspiration for everybody, because if I give up, then what the fuck? If I give up, then what? Then what? You know what I mean? I think about that all the time. Like, if I give up, I feel like I'm not even allowed to have a bad day. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a point in my life where I feel like I'm not allowed to have a bad day. And that's my own fault. You know what I'm saying? That's my own fault because of aligning with the personality and setting this standard of who I am. But it's like, if I have a bad day, then it's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, if I can't go to school and have a bad day. I can't come home and have a bad day. My girl's like, what's wrong? You know what I mean? I mean, no, don't get me wrong. She'll give me grace, but it's like, you're not allowed to. We got to find a way to have a balance. No more bad days. I know it's normal. We got to have a mellow. We got to be 50-50 at all times somehow. I know I just ran it for 22 minutes straight. I hope what I'm saying makes sense, but, like I said, this lack of spirit in today's world, I mean, we have no connection to nothing. We have no connection, so we're grasping at straws for anything. That's why the shot was so big. You're a hero if you get the shot. You're a hero. I feel wanted. And then that speaks to and the last thing I'll say, since everybody got the shot, it aligned with the vanity and the narcissism with the personality. Oh, so you're telling me my vanity and my narcissism will be approved if I get the shot because I'll be fitting in with the society? Yes. That's why we all got it. That's why they all got it. It allowed them, oh, you're a hero if you got you're a hero, you're a hero, you're a hero. You ain't no hero. But all right, that's it. But I think I tied up the video together. I hope everybody has a good time. I mean, a good New Year's. I'm a little sick, so I'm about to be chilling and doing nothing. But I love y'all. Be safe, all right?